who was Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. The cattle was shot and Ibrahim was cast into the fire. The flames were still there, but they did not burn, for Allah the Almighty has issued His command. O fire, be you coolness and safety for Ibrahim. The fire submitted to the will of Allah, becoming safe and cool for Ibrahim alayhi salam. It burned only his bones, and he sat in the midst of the fire as if he were sitting in a garden. The fire kept burning for a long time that the disbelievers thought it will never be extinguished. When it did burn out, they were greatly amazed to find Ibrahim coming out of the pit. Their faces were black from the smoke, but his face was bright with the light and grace of Allah. Cries of astonishment were heard from the heathen. After this event, many of the people followed Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. However, when the king Namrud heard of Ibrahim's safe exit from the fire, he became very angry. He feared that the status of God he had proclaimed for himself was not challenged by an ordinary human being. He summoned Ibrahim and held a dialogue with him, which Allah the Almighty recounted. Have you not thought about him who disputed with Ibrahim about his Lord, because Allah had given him the kingdom? When Ibrahim said to him, My Lord is he who gives life and causes death. He said, I give life and cause death. Ibrahim said, Verily Allah causes the sun to rise from the east, then causes it to rise from the west. So the disbeliever was utterly defeated. Allah guides not the people who are zalimin. Ibrahim continued calling people to believe in Allah. He tried every means to convince them. However, in spite of his love and care for his people, they felt angry and deserted him. Only one woman and one man of his people shared his belief in Allah. The woman's name was Sarah, and she became his wife. The man's name was Lut, and he also became a prophet of Allah. So Lut believed in him. He, Ibrahim, said, I will immigrate for the sake of my Lord. When Ibrahim realized that no one was going to believe in his call, he decided to immigrate. He left his people and traveled with his wife and Lut to a city called Or, then another called Haran, and then Palestine. After Palestine, Ibrahim traveled to Egypt, calling people to believe in Allah wherever he traveled. Abu Huraira narrated that Ibrahim, peace be upon him, did not tell a lie except on 3 occasions. Twice for the sake of Allah when he said, I am sick, when his people were holding a festival in honor of their gods, and when he said, I have not done this, but the big idol has done it. The third was while Ibrahim and his wife Sarah were going on a journey. They passed by the territory of a tyrant. Someone said to the tyrant, This man Ibrahim is accompanied by a charming lady. So he sent for Ibrahim and asked him about Sarah, saying, Who is this lady? Ibrahim said, She is my sister. Ibrahim went to Sarah. Oh Sarah, there are no believers on the surface of earth except you and me. This man asked me about you, and I told him that you are my sister. Do not contradict my statement. The tyrant then called Sarah, and when she went to him, he tried to hold her hands, but his hands got stiff and he was confounded. He asked Sarah, Pray for me and I shall not harm you. So Sarah asked Allah to cure him, and he got cured. This happened 2 more times. He then called one of his guard who had brought her. You have not brought me a human being, but have brought me a devil. The tyrant then gave Hajar as a maid servant to Sarah. Ibrahim, gesturing with his hand, said, What has happened? She replied, Allah has spoiled the evil plot of the immoral person and gave me Hajar for service. Abu Huraira then addressed his listeners, That Hajar was your mother, O Bani Ma'isama. Arabs, the descendants of Ismail, Hajar's son. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Dr. Mamuan is the name.